Hi guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to do a drugstore makeup, what I like, what's good quality drugstore makeup, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I just wanted to tell you guys a couple of drugstore or cheaper brands of makeup that are worth it. A lot of drugstore makeup is, unfortunately, it is just not great. But some of it is. A lot of drugstore makeup or cheaper makeup, it is worth it. It is pretty good. It's pretty decent. Today I wanted to tell you a couple of ones that I like, and even a lot of it here, I laid it all out, and a lot of it I'm like, I actually use this all the time. So you don't have to get crazy expensive makeup in order to do makeup really well. If you're just beginning, go to CVS, go to Ulta. You can get cheaper makeup and do a good full face of makeup. You don't have to spend a ton of money on crazy expensive makeup. Now, I will talk a little bit about certain makeup that I do prefer, you know, more expensive makeup. So prestige brands of makeup, some of it is better, but we'll get into that later. So if you want to see what kind of drugstore makeup is good quality, then keep on watching. Alright, so first I'm going to go with the face. There are actually a lot of pretty decent foundations that are from the drugstore. First, I'm going to say L'Oreal has a ton of good drugstore foundations. If you're looking for a liquid foundation and you don't know which one to go to, but you want a more inexpensive one from the drugstore, I would go with L'Oreal. There's a lot of good L'Oreal foundations. And also, if you're just beginning with makeup, do not be scared of a liquid foundation. A lot of people are like, well, I want a powder foundation. It's what I'm used to. The liquid foundations intimidate people, but it's really not that scary. You put a little bit on the back of your hand, put it on your face, you rub it in with a brush. It's really not that bad, guys. I promise you. If you're just getting into makeup, do not be scared of liquid foundation. It's not as scary as it seems. So the first foundation that I have here is the L'Oreal Blur Visible Lift Opti Blur Technology. This does have SPF 18 in it. I do really like this foundation. I have a ton of shades in it, and I do use it on a lot of other people as well. I think it retails for maybe 12 or 15, somewhere around those lines. Let me check. Alright, so everything that I'm getting is pretty much like $12, $13. So it's really inexpensive, and it does have crazy full coverage. The only downfall of this foundation is it is very wet. So if I put this on my face, I definitely have to set it with a powder. I find that a lot with the drugstore foundations, that I usually have to set them with a powder anyway because they are pretty wet on the skin, and throughout the day they may wear off. I mean, you're getting what you pay for. If you don't spend too much on a foundation, it could be good quality, but it's going to wear off during the day. So I definitely set it with a powder, especially around my mouth, I guess from talking, and I'm constantly touching my chin and around my mouth, so I do feel like the foundation anyway always wears off around my mouth. This is a good foundation, really good if you're looking for an inexpensive one. This is the only one I have, but I do hear a lot of good things about the L'Oreal one. So if you are looking for an inexpensive liquid foundation, go towards L'Oreal. I feel like they're the most popular ones that I hear of. Or the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. So Maybelline Fit, they have the Matte and Poreless, and then they have the dewy one as well, which is like the lavender one. This is the green. I really like these. These are amazing. I have to set them. They're really good foundations. This says normal to oily skin. I don't have oily skin at all. I actually have really dry skin, and I don't find that it reacts weird or anything like that with my skin. It's really good. So if you're looking for another inexpensive foundation, I would say either L'Oreal or Maybelline Fit, the Matte and Poreless. Another product here that I have is setting spray. I have the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray, and I have the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. These were my first setting sprays that I ever owned, because I was like, no way am I going to spend $30 on a setting spray from Urban Decay. No way, that's too expensive. But ever since I did, I haven't gone to these. So just get the Urban. Another product that I have here is the Milani Blush. So Milani blushes, amazing. Everyone always talks about these on YouTube, and they really are something to rave about. They are super pigmented, they go a long way, and the color payoff is so beautiful. I have here Luminoso, which is more of a coral shade. That here. And then I also have Dulce Pink, and this one's beautiful. This one is a really pretty pink, and it has a little bit of shimmer to it. I honestly want to get like all of these. I want them all because they are so pretty, and I got these ones at CVS. Next, I have bronzers. So I only have one here, which is the Milani one, and honestly, I didn't really use it too many times. If you're looking for a cheap bronzer, I would just get a face powder that's in, I mean, any brand, and just get a darker shade and use that as a bronzer. Because if you get a bronzer that is from the drugstore, it's going to be either too orange or there's going to be like specks of straight glitter in it. So I do not recommend using drugstore bronzers. I find that they really are not great. Same thing with eyeshadows. Eyeshadows are something that I will always buy prestige brands for. I feel like whenever I get eyeshadows in the drugstore or cheaper eyeshadows, they are patchy, there's no color pigment to it, and I feel like it just does not lay or stay on the eye. Bronzers and eyeshadows, I do not really recommend getting from the drugstore. I would just get the money. It's worth it. Go get a Naked palette for $54 and you get like a ton of shades, or a Lorac palette and you get a ton of shades for $54. Just splurge the money on that because I swear it's worth it. Two products that I have here for highlighters. I have the new NYX Duo Chrome Illuminating Powder. This is the one in number 2, Lavender Seal. This one really does have a lavender payoff to it, but it is so pretty and I get a lot of compliments when I wear it, but this is new. A really good highlighter from the drugstore is the Mary Luminizer, and aka the Luminizer Mary Lou Manizer. What? Another good highlighter is the Mary Luminizer, aka what the fuck? This is a really good highlighter. Really good color payoff. It's just really, it's really pretty. I feel like it's an all-around really good highlighter. You can find this at Kohl's, Cosmoprof, anywhere that I feel like Kohl's. Kohl's is probably your best bet for that. Another good product I have here, if you are looking for a sponge to blend in your concealer or your foundation and you do not want to spend, I think it's $18, $20 for the beauty blender, you can get the Real Techniques one. Mine's dirty right now, don't mind it. But the Real Techniques one's pretty similar. I do find that there is a difference and I like the beauty blender better, but if you're looking for an inexpensive one, I think this one's like $9 at Ulta. So Real Techniques beauty sponge is pretty good. For lip products, I've been really liking the NYX Liquid Suedes. These are, I have a couple colors, but I just picked the two that I wear the most. So I have a maroon one here. This is number 12 Vintage, and that's what that one looks like. So that's number 12. And then I have here number 21 Brooklyn Thorn. This one I wear a ton. I love this color. So this one's number 21, and then this one is the color Vintage number 12. So if you are looking for lip liners, most of my lip liners are from NYX. They have a ton of different options. So they have the NYX Suedes, which actually match perfectly with their liquid suede. They have the pencils, and then they also have the slide on, glide on, and stay on. These ones are really creamy. I love this one, the nude colored one. And then this is one of my favorite nude lip liners, just the Sephora brand, in the color 16 Nude Beige. Really creamy, glides on really nicely, stays on really nicely. And then I also have here Essence. So creamy. They glide on really nicely, and they're like $2. And that is all for my drugstore review makeup. I have no idea what to call this, but I hope you found it helpful. If you are just getting into makeup and you're looking for some inexpensive makeup brands to start on your makeup journey, you really don't have to spend a fortune on makeup, guys. There's plenty of makeup out there, and I barely even mentioned any of it, so there's a ton out there that you can find. Let me know if you have any other recommendations for makeup, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to support me. Until next time, bye guys. Harley. You want to go?